Good morning, friends.
Morning. There was a feller that he was wanting more information on this John Deere tractor. And look, I mean, you know, I love saying it sucky suck and all of that stuff, but I've got to tell you, this is probably the best investment we have made. We garden a lot. All right, we got a little over an acre, somewhere around an acre that we're gardening. I do have a lot of trees. It's East Texas. You know, I had several, when I bought the tractor, there was a lot of things that I truly wanted. One was I wanted a little bit bigger engine than what I got, and I think I was mistaken. This engine, it's 19 horsepower, it's just fine. I wanted a tractor with that hydrostatic transmission. Come over here, honey. Okay, and the reason for that is I need my children to be able to operate it, right? So, I mean, this transmission is great. Forward, reverse, you don't have to shift gears. There is absolutely nothing to do. So even my little daughter can get on it and run it. Now, having said that, when it came and was delivered, it came with 4 flat tires. You're gonna be battling tires for all your life. John Deere, if you're listening, you should include this, because this is the only way you're gonna keep your tires up. When I bought it, I had the intention of not only mowing my lawn with it, but using it as you're seeing it here, all right, with a trailer. This trailer was, what did we pay for it? Like 200 bucks, a little over, somewhere around there. And you know, if you're listening again, John Deere, include one of these. It's like $5. It's a magnetic coupler, okay? Make everybody's life a little easier. Now, the trailer itself, same thing with it, flat tires all the time, all the time. So if you're gonna buy one of these, dude, don't spend what I did on this trailer. I don't think it's necessary. It's a dump trailer. It works really good and it looks good, but go to Harbor Freight and buy one from Harbor Freight. All right, the engine, when you read about it, it says it's a John Deere engine, 17.5 horsepower. I got no complaint with the engine, but come on, man. This is not a John Deere engine. This is Briggs & Stratton. All right, one of the major reasons that I was drawn to this tractor was the simple operation of it. Most of these lawn tractors have the fuel tank up here by the engine. I absolutely did not want that. Like I said, I'm gonna have my kids riding it, and that just seemed dangerous. So the gas tank, I wanted a rear gas tank, okay? I don't know what the gas tank is, maybe 3 gallons or something like that. You're gonna need a huge funnel, otherwise you're gonna spill gas over everything. The deck itself, it's spring loaded, goes up and down real easy. They put this deck wash thing on over here. You get the attachment. I've absolutely never used it. I will tell you, if you're gonna buy a lawn tractor, and this is a lawn tractor, the lawn mowers, the riding mowers are, you've seen them, there's nothing up here in the front and you're sitting on the engine. If all you're gonna do is mow a lawn, I recommend doing that. They're cheaper, a lot smaller. I wanted a 36-inch deck. I couldn't get a 36-inch deck with everything that I had on it, so I've got a 42. And the reason I wanted a smaller deck is because of getting in between all of my beds. I have above ground beds in the front. I'm not a fan of the fiberglass hood. The rest of it is all steel. You need to buy a bumper. I think I spent like 120 bucks for the bumper. This is a must-have if you've got anything in your yard that can be hit, including your house, all right? I was really pissed off when I got the tractor. This little thing right here on the glove box, literally, it came without the lid. All right, how cheap is that, right? So I had to buy the lid. Now, fuel gauge does not work. See, it doesn't work. You're always running out of gas. So, you know, make sure your gas can is comfy to carry across the yard. The ease of operation is, it's outstanding. I'll show a video of it being delivered and how quick I got on it and the kids got on it. And the safety features that everybody complains about, like pushing this button to put it into reverse, it's not a big deal. I kind of like it because my kids spend more time on the tractor than me and my wife. The seat, I've heard people complain about it. Nah, it's a seat, it's comfortable. Oil it real good, and where are we at? Let me go over here. I mean, after you squirt some oil on it, it adjusts. The material is very thin. I got this in, what did I say, February, right? I've already poked a hole in it. I mean, it's just, you know, I said that the engine, this right here, this is really, that's cheesy. Engine hours, I have what? I got, we're looking 37, almost 40 hours on the engine. Now, there's these little plastic things down here on the deck. See it right here? And there was one on the other side. Now, the belt. The very first belt, come on over here, honey. The very first belt that I bought, or not bought, that came with the tractor, was absolutely fantastic. This is the John Deere replacement belt, and as you can see how easy that's coming off? All right, now, my recommendation for John Deere would be, this belt needs to be about 1/2 an inch, not much more, like 1/4 to 1/2 an inch smaller, and it will stop the belt from being thrown. All right, as it is, if I'm operating it and I'm real careful, I can turn it on and mow and shut it off. You have to, when you engage it and disengage it, you have to be at a very slow speed, probably sitting still. And sometimes it doesn't come off. If it does come off, it's not that big a deal. You just have to get off and, you know, reach down there and put it back on. It's annoying as hell. Actually, I was gonna buy, what was it? It was a Craftsman, right? For the same money that I paid for the John Deere. I could have bought a Craftsman with the size deck, the 36-inch deck that I wanted, a metal hood, which I wanted. The problem with that is my kids are big. My son is big, and he couldn't even get on it. So if I was only going to mow lawns, would I buy this again? No. I have the bagger for it, and I was like, okay, so I'll get the bagger that John Deere makes. Now, that was $300. It doesn't work, not on this mower. It clogs up real quick. You spend the day unclogging it. That was a waste of money. So if you're gonna, you know, put one of those rear baggers on there, I mean, I don't know what anybody else's experience is. I don't know about the other mowers out there. If you were thinking about this, you know about the yellow one. You know about the orange one, right? But, you know, it's a tough mower for what it is. And as far as the engine, I've got a general incline up here. I'll put some video on there. My front yard. You don't want to mow on a hill that's coming up. You don't want to mow this way, because it will flip. You can feel it. It wants to go. But as far as the engine and running, yeah, it's pretty good. I do like the feature that when you get off the seat, it stops. And that's because I have kids that ride this thing. If you don't want that to happen, just put the brake on and engage it, right? But if you're gonna buy all the gadgets, you know, like this thing right here, most of the time when I use the tractor, this is attached. All right. The reason that's attached is because, you know, we farm with it here, and literally from carrying seedlings to, you know, and give them a quick look in here. I mean, so these are the kind of things, you know.
Tools and stuff.
Tools and stuff, yeah. I mean, so we're tough on it, but I mean, I can actually hook that trailer up and either put this tiller or this tiller in it and move it across the yard. Big Bertha here, not so much. I gotta, but it's self-propelled, so that's not a big deal. But yeah, all in all, my major issues with John Deere was like, come on, man, for the price of this tractor, you could not have put a lid on this.
Yeah.
That was just so cheesy and so insulting, right? You could not make sure that the gas gauge worked. I mean, that's fit and finish stuff. That's ridiculous. And the bumper? Yeah, really? Come on, man. I mean, you know, you're advertising this as a lawn tractor, which it is. All right? And I had to buy the bumper. It went on real easy, but you definitely need the bumper.
Oh, yeah.
And, but yeah, I mean, my experience on this tractor is just on this tractor. I do not know what the other ones are like. But I do know if I went out, and you cannot get a hold of John Deere, I guarantee you. They tell you to go to your local thing. Well, I bought this online. It came from Lowe's. I didn't know it was Lowe's at first, but I guess it was. But, you know, yeah, I bought it online. I did all my research, and I knew what I wanted, and I bought everything at the same time. And I figured if I got everything to match, it would all work. And it's just all these little problems. I don't know if it is with all lawnmowers of this type. I don't know. And because this is the only one that I've got experience with. But if I was gonna replace this and buy a different one, would I buy a John Deere? No, absolutely wouldn't. I'd try something different. I figure my thinking on it is it can't be, you know, but I mean, you know, headlights work. It does what it's supposed to do. As far as the engine, I was concerned. I really was, because I didn't know if that 17.5 horsepower was going to be enough. But yeah, it's got plenty of. And as far as pulling power, I can load, man, they say 300 pounds, but I know I've put way more than 300 pounds of compost back there. And I've pulled it from the front of the yard all the way back here where you see our garden beds. I have cut down trees and loaded the stumps in there, moved it around the yard. I mean, these mounds here, I've driven over those. I mean, so yeah.
It's a bumpy ride.
It's a bumpy ride,
It's a bumpy ride. Don't kid yourself.
I think somebody said, I don't remember, they said that it goes 5 to 7 miles an hour, something like that. I don't remember.
I wouldn't try that.
I wouldn't do it. It'll throw you out of the seat. I mean, literally.
You'll need a seatbelt for that.
But, you know, it's just small things. I mean, like, those little things that really irritated me, like this lid right here. Oh my God, I almost sent the tractor back. And my thinking on that was, if you skimped on a piece of 50-cent plastic, what else did you skimp on, right? And then the front bumper, I'm like, oh, come on, charge more for the damn thing if you have to, but give me a bumper. I mean, because you're constantly running these weeds down.
Yeah.
All right? I'm working on my second set of blades, and I think it's my second hose. And it's like I said, yeah, next time I go to replace the hose, I kept my packet on it. And this is the John Deere replacement that they recommend. And the problem with it is the adjustment bracket in the back is welded. There's no, it's not like you can just take it off and move it. It's welded in place. So you only have certain adjustments. But my recommendation if you buy one of these is you most definitely need to have an air compressor. And you know those car ramps, those little short car ramps, you need a set of those. Because you got to be able to get it up off the ground to change, you know. As far as a tractor jack or something like that, you really don't need it. But yeah, it's just a whole bunch of little annoying things that you're always stopping to put the belt back on, right? And the belt only comes off when you're switching from mowing to not mowing. All right, so then you get out, you put it on, you can use it for a tractor. But then when you switch to go to the mowing mode, when you come out, it'll fall off sometimes.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts on the tractor?
Well, I don't know no better, right? So
Yeah, we don't.
the only thing, my only thing is it's a bumpy ride.
That's a bumpy ride.
It's a bumpy ride.
And we're
You know?
constantly
Yeah.
working on it. I mean, there's always something on it that seems to be.
But the time that I've mowed with it, it's done a great
Yeah,
job.
it does a good job, yeah. I mean,
He
you know.
yelled at me because I mowed too low or some or another.
Yeah, and you threw the deck out of level when you did it.
Whatever.
But I will say the bagger that comes, you know, and it mounts back there, I'll put a picture. It goes on real easy. I mean, it's not hard to do. One person can do it with no tools whatsoever if you get the John Deere one. I don't know about the other one. But my thing with the bagger is, what's the point? It absolutely keeps clogging. It's just not worth it. And the reason I bought the bagger was because I wanted to save my leaves for compost and kind of mulch them up, get them cut, whatever. But that didn't work because you just got to keep, you know, you can't even get those bags half filled without it clogging up. So what's the point? And that was $300. That's irritating. These tires on this trailer, like I said, they're always going flat. And same with the tractor, really. This stuff right here, in my opinion, John Deere should give you one of these when you buy the tractor. And, you know, the seat, you can get a replacement seat for about $100, but I don't think this material is just way too thin, because just getting in and out. Shoveling shit detail. Oh, Mom said not to cuss. The shoveling poop detail. That's a good girl. And remember, nothing sucks like a John Deere.